Alric is so confused that why I can speak with certain people while I can speak really good with some people. Alric is searching for the answer in YouTube and all the lame videos he gets make Alric so much frustrated until he finds a video which covers the specific problem that he is facing from Jashwant's channel. Subscribe to my channel to get the answers, Alric.
I know that you are exactly been in the situation just like Alric, where you can have a beautiful, amazing a conversation with some people. Even if they are strangers, you can talk with them fluently without problem. But sometimes when you talk with some people, some set of people, you feel that you are unable to talk with them, you're unable to speak, you don't have any words to speak, you just feel like empty, and just even if they were just sitting next to you, you can't even speak anything. And I know that exactly how it feels, and I've been in that situation a couple, and to be honest, a multiple amount of times. Sometimes I force myself to be go and talk with them, and still I can't talk because I can't be totally, to be honest, I can't speak with them cause, and I always search and always thought about what is the reason I can't talk with them, and I guess I finally found the answer. And so I thought to share the knowledge to you guys, to you, bro. And for I don't know about how you or what is your story, but so I'm just gonna tell what happened to me exactly. Okay. The first thing is, for me, when I just go and talk with this particular girl, I can't, even if I had spoken with her like for more than multiple amount of times, like I've been talking with her I met her for the past 1.5 years. I've been speaking with her. It's still each and every, we are not deep friends or something. I just know her. We just speak sometimes. And when I just go and speak with her, each and every time, I feel so much anxiety and so much awkward, like I've been just dropping something in from my hand. When I just speak, I just completely stutter. My words are completely stutter. I don't even know what to speak. And lot of times, even she isn't that much of attractive or something. But yeah, I can't I can't be speaking good with her, good next to her. But at the same time, I can be so much flow with some people, and I don't have any problem, even if they are the complete stranger to me. Even if the person I just met that day, I can talk with them without any interruptions, without any problems, without any blocks. I can talk in a flow. And this is the key thing. You need to have a flow in a conversation. You need to have a deep flow during a conversation, and which makes you attractive to other peoples. Because we all love people who are good at what they are doing. If you take an example, you can watch some YouTube video, and if the guy is speaking good, you like it. But if the same time, if the guy stutter, sometimes we like it, sometimes like, yeah, he's a beginner, it just started, like a toddler just started to walk. We sometimes like, but we are so much liked, especially in terms of games, in terms of sports, when you see that when the players so much focus on the game, he don't have any thoughts, any secondary thoughts about anything else. He will in so much flow. But the problems, there are certain conditions to get into the flow. But when we meet some people, for my story, for in my place. The problem with I add that I can speak anything, nearly anything, without flow to that girl. Let's take her name as Jessica. It's not a real name, just for some privacy concerns I made. Okay, let's let her name as Sandy. Okay, isn't as a boy name? Okay, anyways, she's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna meet. Okay, I can't talk with Sandy, but what is the reason? And the flow is the reason, right? But flow can be attained only in certain conditions. And let me draw it to you, but today I didn't have my tablet now, so I'm just gonna draw in paper, so I'm sorry for it. Fuck, where did I keep my sketches? Okay. I just got it. Okay. Exactly like this. I will stutter my words and drop me things from my hand when I just go and talk with her. I don't know that was, but I feel so much happy when I talk with her, and it just feels like a magic. Okay, this is exactly the chart. You can clearly see it here. Okay, you see, if you can see, there is it is a Venn diagram. Yeah, it is a Venn diagram I learned from mathematics. Okay, this is anxious, this is boredom, and this is high, this is low. And then let me tell you what is high and what is low. If you take an opponent, you can only get in a flow. Okay, just answer this question so I can explain it clearly to you. Let's take an example. Let's take if you are a tennis player, and I'm a tennis player. Okay, by the way, so no, I am a past tennis player to be actually. Okay, if you are a tennis player, just say to me, in which conditions you have so much chance to get into flow. In the condition number one, in condition number one, where the opponent you're gonna have a singles match with is so much far superior than you, so much better than playing tennis at you. And in the condition number two, where the player is a complete newbie, you can easily knock him out. In those of the two conditions, in which condition you will be in so much of flow, where you can be so much fluently play tennis, where you can don't have any secondary thoughts, and you can so much, you're just playing the game. You don't even know how the time paused. You can be so much happier in this condition. And if you say you will be in the first condition, to be actually, you are so much anxious, cause with the other player is the other opponent, the target is so much more higher than your level, and that is what anxious I'm saying as high. And in the both low, so during the second condition, the opponent is so much of the less of easy complete newbie. You get my point? You will be bold even to play with them. And for me, that girl, I said, what's her name? Sandy. She is so much of high for me, for my speaking level, for my social skills and speaking skills. our level is, or at least in my mentality, I just pursued as higher form. I kept her on a pedestal cause she's a top ranker in my class, so I always visioned her as she's a very very steady girl, steady who studies so much and something and she's a kind of woman I respect even in terms of masculinity, cause she's the one who gets the highest grade in her class. So yeah, I respect her a bit. So that is the reason I feel anxious when I've been with her. Cause yeah, she isn't that much attractive physically. If you're saying this, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's the truth. Don't slap me in the face, Sandy. Okay. And the board, of course. And in between, in the Venn diagram, there's a certain point. There's a point when the challenge is not a big trouble, but at the same time not is so much boredom. But there's a time when you can get into this side and you can get into the flow. You can get into the whenever the condition that exactly to get into the flow is when the level of your opponent is just slightly little more than you. Not exactly the same, but a little more than you. And that's when you can get into that conversation with flow. Cause that is a place where you are being challenged and your brain does some chemical shit and you will be just get into the flow. Okay, for me, let me say that in terms of people, instead of tennis, let me tell in terms of peoples. For me, let's take Sandy. Sandy for me is higher than my levels. Okay, so I will be so much anxious among with her. So Sandy equals anxious because her level is higher than me. And for bored, I have been speaking with many girls and I've been completely utterly bored and I don't even want to speak. I'll be like, yeah, and they just listen and they just went out. And cause the conversations are so boring cause that doesn't need any challenge, that doesn't even challenge me in any bit. It doesn't even challenge, they just there are a lot of women like that, like 5 to 10 girls, not only from university, from all over the things here. And my flow state, I'm having a lot of privacy concerns here, but yeah, I'm just gonna say it. My flow state for nearly my equal and little bit challenging is talking to new girls, talking to new women, especially my juniors. Yeah, I don't feel any trouble. I doesn't feel any trouble just talking with my junior girls. Yeah, even though doesn't mean like they were lower of level, not like that, but they were just an person. I just think them as a person. I didn't go and think like, oh, this girl is higher than my level, this girl is lower than my level, or she is an equaler. Not like that, but yeah. This is a subconscious thing. I don't consciously go and think like that. The reason, so you understand how this flow, the conditions that needed to be in your flows. Okay, and let me tell you why that flow is important for you. When you are in that flow, when you are exhibiting the flow, you can actually exhibit charisma. I already told about a video of about 20 minutes talking about charisma only. And you know that is charisma is an important thing and a crucial important thing that you use to attract people. You need to always try to get in the flow. And I also already told the conditions you need to get, and talking or speaking any of your skills, whichever skill you are so much good at. If you just exhibit that skill, even to new people, you will be seen more charismatic, and your SMB is increased. And then good thing about flow is your flow is not dependent on other people being lower than you. For example, if you want to be happier in terms of having cash, you need to be richer than other people's. Or in other words, other people should have less money than you. And it's psychologically actually a bit dark actually. You can just imagine it, but sometimes it doesn't feel like, but you just feel like you need to be better or other people should be lower than you. But flow isn't like that. You can have your own flow and I can have my own flow. My flow is just drawing. I'm actually kind of an artist. I just love to draw. And I just love to draw. And let me just show you some of my drawings. Like, not this. Actually, it's currently I just. Oh yeah, wait. Oh yeah, yep. Here's one of my drawing I can show to you currently. This is the only drawing I have currently, okay? And for social skills, the important thing is you need to get in a flow. You need to get in a good flow to talk good with people. And you need to improve it daily by just practicing it. You need to try to be in flow most of the times. If you have an hobby, for me it is drawing. And I just try to draw things. I just draw, it's Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, but I don't watch the anime anymore. But what all the things I love, I just try to draw it. And back in the time I loved Attack on Titan anime, so I just draw it. You need to be do it. You need to completely do, okay? You need to get in a good flow of talking. And that's it. This video ends, but your mission starts now. Take action. And don't let other people disturb your flow. In case of mine, I'm just being a lot of disruptions even right now. See you later.